Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, and Capricorn Rising. But for anybody who just wants to hang out with the Capricorn tribe, the Mountaineers, thank you so much for joining me on your Sun and Scorpio transit report. And I just thought I would, since I didn't do a monthly for October, I figured I would do a Sun and Scorpio transit reading for all the 12 signs. So I'm just doing a 9-card spread here, where I'm drawing 2 cards from my Divine Traveler's Oracle card deck. One of those cards will be that will apply to all 12 signs, and then the other card will be just specific to each sign. Then I have 7 more cards that I'm drawing, and this is what it represents. It represents the anagram of Scorpio, essentially, right? So the S is going to represent your spirit or your soul. That's card number 1. Card number 2 for the C is going to represent what has come to pass. The transformation. In a way, it's kind of like, you can even say, like the water under the bridge. But what has come to pass? What is needing to be transformed? O is going to be the opportunity. What is possible? So essentially, what is rising from the ashes of what has come to pass? The opportunity. Card number 4 for the R is going to represent the rain, the dark nights, the moments where we may corner ourselves, the challenges that we will face, the deeper emotional current that may drag us down or want to try and drag us down. The P is going to represent the power. It's your resolve to make it through those darkened nights, through those rainy days, through those storms. The I is going to be the inspiration. So it's going to be the insight that you receive from the transit, what you have learned from having the ability to make it through the storm. And then the O is going to be the outcome and the overall results of the transit. So, as I said, this is for anyone who has their Sun, Moon, or Rising in Capricorn, or for anyone who's like cross-watching. Maybe you have your Mercury here, your Venus, your Mars, whatever have you. Me personally, I did all the fixed signs first, and then I was trying to figure out which ones I wanted to do next. And I was like, well, I want to do Capricorn and Cancer because that's where the nodes are shifting. And I'm like, well, which one should I do out of those? And I'm like, you know what? I have quite a bit of Capricorn energy myself, so I was very interested to see, kind of what we're heading into. Even though the North Node is going to be in Cancer, and we're going to be called more to be compassionate and show more empathy towards each other, we all definitely, individually and as a collective, have some huge challenges to overcome. But they can be overcome, and they will be overcome. Look at what we have here. We have Ascending the Mountain as the overall Divine Traveler Oracle card, which says to keep going forward. Which this is really you, Capricorn. You are the mountaineer. You are the zodiac sign who is not afraid to put in the hard work. Capricorns kind of get a lot of shit because it's like a lot of times people will say that you guys are cold, you guys are all about business, you guys don't really, feel too much as far as like your emotions go. You guys are very practical, but there's also a deep magical wisdom that Capricorn actually has, and it actually comes from being, of course, the opposite of Cancer, which essentially are 2 sides of the same coin. Both are about structure and foundation, but both seem to be about different things, whereas Cancer is going to be more along the emotional and spiritual aspect. Capricorn's more thinking about society and, what we can physically see. But there's a deep mysticism to Capricorn as well. Especially being, one of the higher, upper end zodiac signs. There's definitely a very particular mission that those born under the Capricorn energy are here to carry out. So definitely we are moving forward into very different times, very rare times, and it's going to give us this opportunity for us to really transform the world that we see. And Capricorns are going to play a really big integral part, especially over the next couple of years. I know this is about the Sun and Scorpio transit, but I'm just thinking that the next time that the Sun comes into Scorpio, we're going to have, Saturn and Pluto coming closer, and then Jupiter will be coming into the space like soon after, not too much long after. So is definitely going to be a Scorpio transit to remember, because this is giving us a great opportunity to really transform our life and to really transform the quality of our day-to-day reality. Anyways, let's get into it. So for the S, for the spirit or soul, we have the card of the Chariot, right? The card of the Chariot. So this is saying that your spirit, your soul, what it's speaking to you this month for the Sun of Scorpio is to really feel and believe your own success. Know that you are arriving. And it's interesting because the Chariot is actually a card of Cancer, which is your opposite sign. The North Node will shift into Cancer during the Sun of Scorpio transit. And the South Node, of course, will come into your sign. Not only that, but the South Node will come on top of the Mars retrograde, because the Mars shadow began at about 28 degrees of Capricorn, so the South Node will come right on top of that. So you will actually get really a hint and a glimpse into why certain actions or impulses you might have had in the past, why they are needing to be transformed right now, why they are needing to really be reevaluated. You really are going to get an opportunity. I'm going to say an opportunity because the South Node, it can cause friction between you and established structures, with Mars being over that spot, and it can rile you up. But what it can also do is, if you recall the North Node being in Cancer, it can also give you the emotional strength to make it through those times and to push through and to really not allow not to really let that negativity really falter you. You know, it's nothing wrong with falling down, but the Chariot here is saying that you can stand up, you can be proud. And the Chariot, there's someone being carried into the town, right? So it's like the whole dun 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 dun, it's like now presenting whoever, whatever. And that's just kind of what that's kind of what you're going to be feeling. It's like, you know, it's like the new world is coming. Like, all Capricorns can feel it. That's why they're like, dun, 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 this is the new society. But this is all about really, you know, like I said, believing in your willpower, believing that you actually absolutely can get things done. What's come to pass, we actually have the Seven of Pentacles. It was reversed. The Chariot was also reversed, but I'm not really going to read these as reversed. I think it's more of a review. But what seems to have come to pass is an old manifestation, or perhaps an old cycle that you have found yourself in, where you have been having the same harvest for years on years on years, and now that harvest is not really sustaining you anymore. It might be enough food, but you might have lost an appetite or a taste for this probably line of work, since this is Seven of Pentacles, so this definitely will have to do with the line of work and finances. Some of you may also feel like you come into a bit of a financial halt or a little bit of a financial pinch. A lot of that is this whole Saturn getting closer to Pluto thing. So, and you have to also remember that, you know, Uranus is in Taurus, and it will be trining your energy for the next 8 years. It's going to go back into Aries, which will square your energy, mind you. Excuse me. But Uranus will be trining this area. So there's definitely a revolution when it comes to the way that you make money, the way that you manifest, and the way that you really appreciate your harvest. I think what's come to pass is that you might have been doing the same thing, you know, for such a long time, but now it's time for you to really break out of that. The opportunity, you actually are going to have the opportunity to do that, because we have the Nine of Swords appearing in the card number 3 slot of opportunity, of what is possible. What this is saying is that it is possible for you to have a new life. It is possible for you to not feel stuck. It is possible for you to not feel like you have no opportunities. Right? That's what this is saying. I think what a lot of Capricorns, of course, are feeling is that, you know, obviously you feel Saturn's come back home, so that's a good thing. But Pluto is there too. And Mars was there earlier, and it was in shadow for a little bit too. And you know that Jupiter's going to be coming into that spot soon too. But where is Jupiter right now? It's in Scorpio. So this is like, you know, of course, digging through our deep shit, our deeper desires and wants, but also our deeper value. Our deeper, it's like once you kind of climb past a lot of the quick one night stand type of energy, the quick fix energy, you find a deeper, like a deeper core, a deeper resonance, a deeper trust, and a deeper sustainability you can really build from. And that's really what Scorpio is. Like once you climb past a lot of that stuff, you found something deeper and pure. And it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know why I'm saying this, but whatever. But it's kind of like when you say like you like date a bunch of different people and they seem to be all edgy and whatever like that and dark, but then they turn out to kind of be imposters, and then you find out one person who seems like, you know, they have their stuff too, but they don't like really express, or at least externally express, like the darker stuff or the kinkier stuff. But then when you get them behind closed doors, they turn out to be freakier than the ones you were dating before. So that's kind of what this is. So it's like, you know, I think right now what a lot of people want is that they want excitement. And they want excitement by any means necessary. And they don't realize that if you allow yourself to feel into this deeper purity, you will get that excitement and more. It will far trump anything that might have been advertised as, oh, this is going to be wonderful. It's going to be a fast impulse. This is going to be, yes, this is what I'm looking for. This is a deeper thing. So I think what's in it for you, Capricorn, the opportunity is that you're actually going to be able to move out of your comfort zone. You're going to be able to move more into what you want to do. And it's, as a result, it's going to make you feel more abundant. Now, we do have the Hanged Man here in the card of the rain or the storm. So what's this? This is very much so Pluto in your sign. You feel like it's been hard for you to really establish a vision because Pluto is still in your sign. It's at 18 degrees. And right now it's, besides the moon when it goes into Capricorn, you know, every month, Pluto is the farthest into Capricorn. So it's for you, it's hard to really get a vision of what the future is because you look into the future and all you see is ruins because Pluto is just wrecking shit. Now, when Mars went through there, it gave you, of course, a little bit of hope because Mars is exalted there, but it had to go through a retrograde period. It had to review some things too. So it's been hard for you to figure out how in the world is this all going to pan out. And if you happen to be cross-watching, this is just for life in general. It's like the rain and the storms is that we feel like we're just being dragged around like a rag doll sometimes. And we feel like we don't really have any say, you know, in what we attract into our reality, but we absolutely do. It's a balancing act, and then learning to integrate what we have learned from playing both sides of the coin. The power that you're going to receive, we have the Six of Cups here. The Six of Cups, so there's going to be a sense of nostalgia that is going to actually aid you through this transition. And it's interesting because I feel like you're going to be looking back and you're going to see certain cycles that you've gone through, certain scripts that you've been running that do need to end and do need to be transformed. But there's going to be another script that's running, or another cycle that's really going to give you this deeper sense of nostalgia. And that nostalgia is going to be one that probably comes from a life where we didn't have a lot of the strife that we have here. So it's going to sort of give you something to aim for. Now, you don't want to get too trapped in the past to where you're trying to recreate that exact scenario in that lifetime, but it's going to be a nostalgia of what is possible. So it's kind of going back to that Nine of Swords where it's saying that, like, you know, you could be blocking your own success, Capricorn, because it has been hard for you to look into the future because it is uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen, and you like to know what's going to happen. You like to plan things out, Capricorn, and you take your time to climb the mountain too, but no one climbs the mountain better than you, besides maybe Aquarius. But Aquarius decided to just float into space too as soon as they got to the top of the mountain. Capricorn, you just sat on top of the mountain. You were straight. You didn't really care about going into space. Only the super adventurous ones decided to do that. But there's going to be a sense of nostalgia that actually helps you through this period. So definitely, old friends, old colleagues that may come back into your life, you may reconnect with these individuals. And this is actually you kind of finding a nice little support system. The Six of Cups coming in here as the power. You're going to find power in family. And family, that can be blood family, that can be people that you played sports with growing up, that can be, of course, your family, your wife, your kids, that can be, friends, it can be colleagues, but your family's going to kind of show up and help you through this. And it's almost kind of like I'm seeing a bunch of penguins huddling together in the thick of winter in Antarctica, and how you see like this giant group of penguins and how they're huddling together, they're keeping that warmth. That's what I'm seeing right now. So it can feel like a cold time, it can feel like a dark time. It is the sun in Scorpio, so technically yes, we are going into hell and stuff, but it can seem cold and it can seem dark, but really you're going to really find a great support system. Not only really with other people, but even within yourself. You're going to find out that you are your own soulmate. You are your own twin flame. That's something that needs to be pushed within the spiritual community. For the inspiration, we have the Ten of Swords. So you're going to actually get inspiration from something that's coming to an end. And now it could be, and it really could be anything. But since it's the swords, what I feel like it is that for you, Capricorn, you may feel like you've been lied to. And you probably have felt this way for a while, and you've kind of given this lie a lot of power. I think what's going to happen this month is that you literally take back your power, and you're like, you know what, forget the lie, whatever. It is what it is. And you finally move on. Now this actually gives you the opportunity, the courage, and the inspiration to move forward with your truth. And for the outcome, we have the Queen of Pentacles. That's beautiful. So you are definitely going to be receiving favor via physical manifestation if you really allow yourself to open up to the process. The Queen of Pentacles, this really is you. This is really you kind of working that earth energy through the divine feminine, and which is going to be like you have to really just open up and kind of receive it. It's like you are having to really trust in the universe right now. You're having to really trust in spirit to guide you in the right direction. And then you'll find your tribe, you'll find your, who's going to support you, who's going to go to the next level with you, because that's what's happening right now, especially with all this Venus energy in Scorpio, and it's about to come back into Libra, which of course swears your energy. There is this whole, and we're all doing this as far as like the relationship themes and stuff like that. But a lot of the cardinal signs, of course, are getting really hit with it because this is Venus, right? So you are really right now trying to figure out who in your life is going to come to the next level with you. And it's not that you have to burn the bridges with people who aren't going to come with you. This is really about holding space for everyone's growth and development. That's what the Sun of Scorpio is. We have to learn how to hold space for each other to where it's like we can connect with them, but we can disconnect if we need to, but not completely shut ourselves off, which Scorpio seems like it would do that, but it's really more of like a holding space. Like, I'm going to let you live out your story and stuff. It's okay that we don't necessarily agree right now, but you go your way, I go my way. That's the way it should happen, right? But we're still working through that and how it means to get to that. But for you, the outcome of this season, the Scorpio season for you, is that you're going to feel like you can really manifest anything. You're going to sort of drop your attachment to these lies, these beliefs that you can't see into the future, that you can't establish a plan, these beliefs that, why should I even try? And I think that's another thing that's going on with Capricorns and a lot of people in general, especially the younger crowd, is like, why pursue anything if this whole thing's just going to collapse anyways? Well, I mean, we can't just sit around and not do anything until then. We have to be putting some type of uplifting energy into this world. We have to get out there. We got to get moving. We got to get moving. I think it's going to be a month where Capricorns are going to start to get moving again, really, if they haven't already. And then we have Grace and Gratitude for your other oracle card, which says, through gratitude, joy expands. So that's a really good way to end this, just because I think it's going to be through gratitude that you start to actually receive more. You start to really manifest more of this abundance. Even if it doesn't necessarily happen physically, you're going to be feeling more confident. You're going to be feeling more valuable because you're going to Well, first of all, you kind of have no choice. You're kind of just hanging there, right? But at the same time, there's so much support for you, and there's so much like deep support, like soulmate, twin flame support. You know, your guides. And they really are telling you to just really believe in yourself. You know, this is, I mean, especially when the sun comes into your sign, but this is a really powerful moment where Capricorn, you almost sort of want to like announce yourself as you arrive, like, da, 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 like, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, so be grateful for your experience. Be grateful for your unique expression. And through that gratitude, you'll just start to see, you know, joy expand into your life. You start to see it expand into your manifestations. People will begin to really start to notice you. Because like I said, especially after the South Node goes through Capricorn and it goes through Sagittarius, we're really going to start to see some major changes. Capricorns are really going to start to restructure how things are and really help to organize it. But when that South Node hits Sagittarius and it hits everyone, it starts to work with everyone's belief structure and their connection to God and Spirit, oh, that is going to really shift things. But we actually do have to put in hard work right now. That's a part of this transition. That's a part of this Pluto and Capricorn. It's not, we can't just sit around and wait. I mean, yes, I guess we could sit around and wait for things to just collapse and break and get destroyed. But we need to start building while it's like this still. We still need to go ahead and start doing something. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to theaquarianadepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.